Hi guys, it's Danny. Welcome back to my channel. As you can probably tell by the very floral theme I have going on here, today's video is going to be my spring TN setup. So I have lots of stuff to work with today. I have a lot of floral items in general. I have a full TN kit from Isabel the Owl that I haven't used yet. So I have 5 dashboards here, 2 vellum ones, 1 acetate, 1 laminated, and a folder. I really like these folders, so I'll probably use this one, but I don't think I'm going to use the laminated dashboard this time. But I'm definitely going to use the vellums and the acetate because they're beautiful. I also have quite a few vellums and acetate from the GP Studio. That's from the Isabel the Owl kit as well. A bunch of different florals, so many floral die cuts. I've got a few GP Studio papers that are floral and fit really nicely from old kits. I have all my Kaiser Craft sticker books. A lot of these have florals in them, so I can definitely use those. I have a bunch of die cuts and tabs from old GP Studio boxes, some sticky pockets, some just sort of random die cuts, more GP Studio die cuts, some old journal cards, more die cuts. I think these were from Bee's Secret Addiction before she closed. That's from Arctic Paper Studio. It's one of her packaging. She puts names on every order, so I cut that out and it's got a floral background, so I'm going to use that. I'm going to try to use that anyway. I have some Pigeon Paper Co die cuts which I've laminated because I don't want them getting ruined, and I think I'm going to try and sneak these in, at least these two. Maybe not this one, but I'll do my best. And then I also have basically the entire GP Studio March kit. So I have all the papers, the die cuts, the quote cards, the little sticky pockets. Yeah, so, and there's an acetate in there as well. So yeah, I have a lot to work with. And that's before even looking at any of my reject shop die cuts, which have a lot of florals, a lot of floral journal cards. That's one from the reject shop. So many. I'm going to try and keep this simple because I don't have a lot of time to waste doing this, but I really do want to set up a spring setup, but I'm not going to be using it much because I will be moving into my Halloween setup well before October starts, and then by the time Halloween's finished I'll only have a couple of weeks in this before I'm thinking about setting up for Christmas. So yeah, I'm not going to spend too much time on it. I've got some dashboards from these are homemade ones. I do have similar ones in my shop, but the ones in my shop have a spine down the middle. These ones are just like one big pocket, just to try and save me a little bit of time. So they don't hold your stuff in as securely and they don't fold sort of as nicely, but it's just going to be a little bit quicker. So I don't sell these full pocket ones in my shop because I just don't think they work as well. But in the interests of saving time today, I'm going to try and keep this somewhat brief. This is my number 4 Boss Babe Moonlit Foxy Fix. Foxy Fix is the brand, Boss Babe is the leather, Moonlit is the colour. It's got powder pink elastics, pink foiling in the willow font, the bow on the spine, and light pink stitching. It's very hard to see, but it is light pink, believe it or not. And this is the compact spine with the 4 elastics. And I just have adhesive pockets on the inside, which are also from Foxy Fix. So let's get started.
Okay, so to start with, I'm going to pull out all my papers and just sort of spread them out and have a look at which ones I might like to use. So this planner I'm using is a compact, it has 4 strings, so I'm going to make 4 dashboards. But as you can see, I have quite a few papers that I really like here. So I'm just measuring out the size that I need to my dashboards. I'm just going to mark that out and then cut it with my paper trimmer. Just checking that fits. My paper trimmer is the Fiskars brand. I've had a few people ask. I really like it, it works really well. I just get mine from Spotlight, and you can get replacement blades from there as well. So I'm just taking that first dashboard and using it as a template to measure the others. And now what I'm doing is I'm taking the ones that I'm not that big a fan of, so those geometric prints I'm not that fussed on, so I'm just going to put those back to back. So I like both sides of those. And the adhesive I'm using is just the Bostick glue tape runner there. Okay, now I'm just laying out my dashboards, deciding which side I want to be front and which side I want to be the back. And I've got a rough idea of what I want to do here, but a lot of this I'm just making up as I go. So I know I want that beautiful foiled journal card to be on the front cover. And now I'm just going through and picking out the main sort of quote cards that I want to feature and deciding where I'm going to put those. Now I'm just going to go through pretty much every packet of die cuts that I own, and I'm just auditioning things here, deciding which ones I want, which ones I definitely don't want, making a little pile off to the side there of rejects. I really like that big breakfast one, but it just didn't really fit, so mostly what I've pulled out there is florals, obviously. I'm not going to make you watch all of this because I went through quite a few packets of die cuts, but there I've just made a little pile, and I'm just going to start adhering down my bits and pieces. I tend to just use a little strip of glue in the center of the things that I'm gluing down so that if I want to move them, I can move them pretty easily. So I've just folded my dashboard there slightly so I can see sort of roughly where the middle is, so I don't go sticking anything over that. So I've just used that big floral and that little diptyque candle with roses on the front there. I'm using my name label from Arctic Paper Studio, and I'm just sticking that on with a bit of Simply Gilded bow washi. Okay, I'm pretty happy with that one for now. I will come back to it, but I tend to do these things in stages. So I know I want to use that journal card or that quote card, but it just wasn't sticking out enough for me, for my liking. So I just backed it with a bit of plain computer paper. It's just normal printer paper. And I'm popping that on. I love that paper. And I really wanted to use this girl tying up her robe because the quote says "Find joy in the ordinary." But I wanted her to sort of peek out from the top of it, so I had to trim the bottom off that card a little bit, which is fine. I really like how that looks. Just trying out a few different die cuts here. Really love those big white florals. And of course, wouldn't be complete without a little bit of bow washi. So all those die cuts there are from the GP Studio, and then I'm putting in that little terrarium one. I think that was from Bee Sticker Addiction before she closed, and then that banner one is from the Reject Shop. Moving on for now, I'm putting down this Cultivate Kindness one. This is from the GP Studio as well, and I'm doing the same thing with backing it just with some white to make it stand out on that really busy floral paper. I do struggle with this one because that paper is just super busy. So I'm putting on that girl. That was from Bee Sticker Addiction as well before she closed. So, but I have seen that clip art used by other shops. So if you search, and if you really want it and you search for it on Etsy, I'm sure you'll be able to find it. So just popping down another quote card on this one. The quote is "Monday should be optional." So I do really want to put in that coffee cup. So I've just moved the card up a smudge. That beautiful pink floral and then the coffee at the bottom there. I really like that. Now I've got these cards from Claire Bear Prints. They're like her postcards that come free with orders, and I absolutely love this one. I've got two of them and I'm going to use both of them in this setup. She has the most beautiful cards available. Definitely recommend checking out her shop. A little bit more bow washi up the top there, and now I pulled out some more of the Reject Shop die cuts. These are the Carpe Diem die cuts, and look at those florals. Oh, there's just some gorgeous florals in that collection. I had to use some of them. And I can't remember which collection this is from, but this is the Reject Shop as well, and I pretty much just pull out a few florals from this pack. I think it was just florals and maybe a butterfly and a feather and a quote. So you can see my little pile there. So I've got more goodies. I really struggled. I had so much to work with this setup. So that quote says, "You keep me real," in rose gold foil, really beautiful. Just fiddling back and forth. This is what I tend to do. Like I said, I didn't have a super clear idea of what I wanted to do in mind. I just sort of put things on, and if I like them, they stay there, and if I don't, I just move them. So that big foiled Love Always goes at the top there. And then obviously I had to use this floral cluster. How gorgeous is that? And then I found this beautiful little bird. I loved him so much, so he fit really nicely in that little bottom corner there. So I've just pulled that name label up and moved it up a smudge. I love that butterfly as well. The colors just match really nicely with that page. I love this whole dashboard, so pretty. And of course, a little bit more bow washy. So just fiddling around now, as you can see, trying out a few things. Still struggling with that dashboard because it's so busy, so I do end up flipping it over and using that busy side as my inside cover, and I like that a lot better. This side with its foiled silver paper is just stunning anyway. So I like that little butterfly up in the top, so I'm sticking him down. It was just so much easier to work with this side of the paper, that's for sure. So I just didn't like how this hydrangea flower was looking there. I really wanted it to stand out because I really like that one in particular. So just moved it over to that bit more simple paper. And I do put that pink flower up the top there instead, and then that little purple rose. And now I'm pulling out the sticker books. So these are my Kaiser Craft sticker books, and this is the Botanica collection, I believe. And that little sticker just says, "Believe in yourself." So I do have a few of the sticker books. I have the dusk one there and the chirp, I think that is, and then I can't remember what the mint and pink one is. But I have quite a few of the sticker books. They're really, really beautiful. So just putting that "Thank You for Being You" foiled sticker in. Can't remember what that one said. Can't quite see it on the screen. That little foiled love heart one, just pop that in. I love this. Such good sticker books for the value. They're $10 to $12 and you get over 1,000 stickers in each one, and a lot of them are foiled depending on the collection. I just think they're great. So now I'm decorating my inside covers, and I'm not going to, I'm not thinking through this really at all. I'm just popping down a few die cuts where I think they'll look nice. So these are the inside covers, so they're not going to be seen as much. I'm just trying to use up some of my pretty die cuts really. Those floral ones I'm putting down at the moment are from Isabel the Owl TN kit. Those big pink roses are all from Isabel the Owl, and the others are from the Reject shop. And there's a few GP Studio ones there. And back into my sticker books. I actually used quite a few of these actually in this setup. Don't Quit Your Daydream, then Shine Bright. This is a beautiful book. I really like this one. I like them all. Just flipping through, making decisions. I really like that one. I don't know why. It's a bug. I'm not a big fan of bugs, but I liked it, so I went with it. This is probably my favorite, this Botanica sticker book. Absolutely stunning. So a little sticker says, "Dream a little dream." Dream big. A lot of the things I put in have something to do with dreams, or that one says "So grateful." I don't know, just sort of things that will motivate me to achieve goals, I suppose. That one says do everything with great love, and that second one says I can and I will. Motivational. Okay, so here I am putting my dashboards away, and I actually had to modify my covers because I didn't think it through really when I made them. That one big pocket just means they don't fold at all, so when you put them in your TN they just sit really weird, so I had to cut them down the middle on the inside and sort of trim the inside out a little bit to make sure they fit, and they work now. That's what I get for trying to save some time, right? So there's that other journal card from Claire Bear Prints. I've just trimmed it down to fit nicely in my back cover, so I'm just using the flip side of it there. And then this floral card is from the Reject Shop, the Carpe Diem range. It's actually, I got it as a freebie from one of my Arctic Paper Studio orders, but so I do own this collection, but I didn't have to use one of my own because I got the free one, so that's awesome. So that acetate, the gold foil roses, that's from a past GP Studio box, and I'm just trimming it down to fit nicely in my front pocket. And I'm just rounding off the corners that poke out. That's just overlaying really prettily there. Now, I fiddled around a lot with this pocket. I tend to fiddle around a lot with my pockets, so a lot of things didn't make it in. But that die cut, the September monthly, is from the Cottage Market. That had to go on. The bird is super adorable, and I've just popped that on with some of my Simply Gilded Bow washi so that I can flip it up a bit like a hinge. Just popping all my dashboards in now. Happy with that arrangement. Back to the pocket. Now it's going to get super glary here because it was getting dark, so I had to switch my lights on, and you know there's lots of reflective surfaces, so I apologize for that. I've tried to keep it as angled as I possibly can so it's not too glary, but it is a little bit. So I've just popped that big Pigeon Paper Co. Woodland Scene die cut on the front of my pocket with a little tart paper clip. And now I'm pulling out these adhesive pockets from the GP Studio, trying to figure out a spot to put them in. I realised that I've been very silly and covered up all my dashboards where I was intending to put pockets. Put die cuts at the bottom of every dashboard, so I can't put my pockets without covering up some of my die cuts. So I've moved that hydrangea one up so I could fit that pocket in. And now I'm just trying to figure out what I want to put in it. So this tag I do end up leaving in here, but I think this is a scrapbooker and me coming out that I feel the need to embellish it a little bit. So I've just flipped it over and I'm going through my sticker book and I found this nice quote, but it's white on white. So I want to find something else to go with it. So I just used this beautiful one to back it. Just says, make your dreams happen. Like another dreams quote. Didn't even realize till I was filming this and doing this voiceover that I'd done that. So you can't see that from the front, but I know it's there, so I like it. So I have another Pigeon Paper Co die cut here that I'm trying to find a spot for. It does end up staying in that back pocket. I'm just putting on another adhesive pocket here. And that little Felix the cat with the stack of washi, that is from That Planner Girl. That's her official, like, original hand-drawn character. I love him, he's adorable. So I'm putting in my Isabel the Owl folder there, and I'm going to find some things to put, some goodies to put in there. That little card with the little clips on it is from Isabel the Owl as well. And that's a shaker card. That is from my shop. I made that myself, personalised with my name on it. You can get those from my shop as well. I'm not open at the moment, but I will be very shortly, so definitely follow me on social media for updates. The link is in the description box. I'm adding that gold foil doily. That was a freebie in an Arctic Paper Studio order. She always includes lots of really cute freebies. Adding my spring fox clip from Pretty and Peach Design. And now I'm just pulling all my Simply Gilded washi samples out of my old setup and moving them into this one. I fiddle back and forth a bit, trying to figure out where I'm going to put these. That one doesn't stay there. That's just a really cute little page flag from Officeworks. Now these sticky note packs, I got these from Coles for about $2 I think for the whole pack. I got a couple of them, incredible value. So now I found another adhesive pocket and I've decided I want this one there instead. So I'm moving that one over and up a bit. And it peeled up. It was tough to peel it up, but it peeled up okay and it's stuck back down just fine. Haven't had any problems since. So I just put my page flags up in that higher one. And adding a Little Tabby Co leatherette bow in the front there. Now it's time for vellum, so I've pulled out my pre-made vellum dashboards and my dashboard sheets, vellum sheets rather, and I'm just using the pre-made ones to mark and measure the size of the ones that I'm going to make. So I'm just trimming to the height that I want, then cutting to the width. It's always best to fold then cut if you can. Just adds lines the sides up so it's as neat as possible. And then I'm just rounding off the corners. I do have a corner rounder, but it doesn't tend to like to do vellum very well, so I just do it by hand. And then I'm doing exactly the same thing with the acetate. Just exactly the same technique, measuring and cutting. Both that beautiful crane acetate and the leaves one are from the GP Studio sub boxes. Now I'm just deciding where I'm going to put those. I mean, it's not really rocket science. It's just I look at the patterns, which ones look nicer, overlaying the papers, and I try to put like the busier patterns with the plainer patterns sort of thing, so it doesn't look too overwhelming. And popping my vellums in. Again, not really, there's not a lot of rhyme or reason, just where I think they look the nicest. That beautiful foiled vellum from Isabel the Owl. Love that. So pretty. I have my charms there from Lemon Tree Prints. They were already on my TN from the last setup, so I just left them. And there's my son has decided to join me, as you can see in the bottom corner there. He's got one of my large bulldog lips and he is insisting it's an aeroplane. Thought that was really cute. Now I'm just going through and popping in some clips and charms and things as a finishing touch. So I've used that Aurora flower from Messy Bun Creations. That pink lip with the gold foil glitter is from Glimmer and Glam. Now that turquoise flower is from Messy Bun, the little penny charm. I'm trying to fit it in, but it doesn't end up making it. I just couldn't make it work. So that little pink rose flower clip is from Pretty and Peach design, and I'm also adding in a little polymer flower, not flower, that's a star, polymer clay star from Simply Danni Creations. And last to go in is going to be that little tulle bow with holographic glitter on it from Little Tabby Co. And then as you can see, I have my donor corn on there from Simply Danni, and the little floral bow is from Glimmer and Glam as well, so that just had to go on there. It was floral, it was perfect for this setup. So now I'm popping in my inserts. I have my monthly layout from Natty Planning, and I have my daily from Annie Plans. I just print those myself. Then my trackers and my lists insert, both of those are from Natty Planning, and I love those new bow covers. So pretty. So now I'm just going to do a bit of a flip through from start to finish. And I know it can be a bit confusing to try and follow what's going on when I am sped up and flipping back and forth so quickly. So like I said, it is a bit glary on those dashboards and on the acetate, but I've done my best to make it not too painful to watch. So I really hope you enjoyed joining me for this spring TN setup. I had a lot of fun putting this together. I'm absolutely in love with the finished product. I love how it turned out. I'm a big fan of florals, as you can probably tell. So don't forget to give me a thumbs up if you did enjoy watching this video. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Don't forget to check the description box for all my discount codes and links to all the shops that I have used and mentioned, and all the links to my social medias as well if you haven't followed me there. And before I go, I will just mention at the end I am going to add in another shaker card that is from my shop as well, and a little bow, initial bow clip from Little Tabby Co, and a polymer clay cupcake from Simply Danni Creations. I just know there will be some people who want to know where they are from, so just letting you know before I go. And thank you again for joining me for this PN setup. I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys!